Hello and welcome back to our day 4 of React Native with Expo series. Today we are going to dive into 3 key components in React Native: list, FlatList, and its scrollable view. We start with a simple static list, then explore how FlatList optimize rendering larger sets of data. Lastly, we will look how to make a scroll view, like we have so much contents in our screen and you want to make your screen scrollable to go down. Well, let's start with the list. In React Native, we can easily map over an array using JavaScript map function. This method is great for small and static list where performance is not an issue, but it's less efficient while dealing with a large numbers of items. Like if you have so much of data, like of maybe 50 or 100, then using list is not good option. But for if you have a small and a static list, then the great option is to go with a list. So let's see how we can make a list in React Native. First, I need to mention one thing. If you want to write JavaScript inside of this return, you need to use curly braces to type JavaScript. So a map is a JavaScript function. So I'm going to use curly braces, and inside of this curly braces, let's map over the data. Let's make it a capital data. Okay. Now we already know how to use a map function. Then data dot map and inside, and then use a curly braces. Inside the curly braces one more, and then each item name, and then what arrow function, and then inside of this just render our item. Inside a view, I want to render a text which render each item name, which is a person name. Basically what we did here, we map over the data array and we render one view which contain a text, and its text is the each item name, which is Michael, David, and make something else like Tom. Okay, let's do control this. Okay, so we forgot to import the text. Import the text, and then no. Okay, perfect. Let's hot reload it and then say it again. Oh, okay. Just do a hot reload and let's see. Okay, we got one warning as expected. We have a warning which is basically said each item in a list should have a unique key. What does it mean? Basically, map or a flat list both want a unique key to track the each item. Basically, map or flat list both want to track the each item where it is located. For this, it need at least one key property which is unique in all items. We have one key property which is unique, which is ID. So we need to give this ID to our map. So in the view, I just give a key, and in the key I type item.id, which basically said in the view have a unique ID now, which is a unique key, which is item.id. So it will take 1, 2, and 3 for each item. I hope this is clear. And now we don't have this warning anymore. Great, now we just render a list with a map function. I hope this part is clear. So now let's move to our another component, which is a flat list. So let's remove the map and so import the flat list from React Native. Flat list, and now we can use this in our code. Flat list. Here we need to pass 3 properties, which is what need to render, second, how to render, and the third one is a specific ID. Just like we give in a map, same here also we need to give in the flat list also. So let's start by data. Let's start by data. This data basically means what data need to render. The second thing is render item, which basically said how to render the each item. Just like map, we are passing a view inside a view we pass some text. Same here, we need to tell the FlatList how to render the each item. We need to do the same here also with the FlatList. Here we need to give the same just like we are giving in the map, like each item name, then one arrow function, and we put a text. Inside the text we have item.name. Perfect. Now let's reload our app. Let's do a hot reload. By pressing R in our keyboard, we can do the hot reload of our application. This will start your application from starting. For tracking each item, we give a key prop to the view to track the each item. Just like here, we need to give one key extractor set to the FlatList. This is the unique ID for each item. On behalf of that, it will track the each item. Here, first we need to extract the each item. So item and then a arrow function. Now our each item is extracted. Now in our each item we have the specific ID, item.id. I hope this part is also clear. So what we did in FlatList, let's start from beginning. First we import the FlatList and then we use that FlatList in our code and we give three properties: data, render item and key extractor. In the data, we pass the item which needs to render, and the second thing we pass render item, how to render the each item, and the third thing we pass is key extractor, which is the specific ID for each item. I hope this part is clear, and now you can use a FlatList to render an item. Now you can use a FlatList to render a list in our application. So let's forward to our next component, which is a ScrollView. What is a ScrollView? Basically, ScrollView is a component that allows us to scroll all over the content we have in our display. It does not provide that performance like FlatList, so use it when you don't have so much big data. So let's remove everything including view, because instead of using view we are going to use a scrollable view. So just remove view, and then instead of FlatList we import ScrollView from React Native, and in the return just pass the ScrollView. And inside of the ScrollView I want to give some item like a text. Now we have one item which is on the corner. So to check our ScrollView, let's make so big data so it will go outside of the screen, and to know our scrollable view is working or not. So this is our so big data. So let's save it and check. Now we are able to scroll all over the screen from the first item to the bottom one. It means our scrollable view is working perfect. I hope now you are able to understand how a scroll view works. So that's it for today, guys. Today we explored three powerful components: list, FlatList and ScrollView. Each of the items help us to display the data in different way, depending on the size and structure of your app. Like list work for smaller data set, and FlatList is optimized for handle larger data set. And then third we talk about ScrollView, which help us to go through the each content we have on the screen. Great job today, and I will see you in the next one.